It looks like that you fell into this or kind of found yourself into this work very early on. For me, I'm 45 and been on this journey for like a long time, but not anywhere near that. And I feel like, I just kind of had this like, wow, what would my life be like if I had, fell or knew about this work much sooner, or could just had been able to expand my horizons around this information. Can you tell us a little bit how you knew that you had this really remarkable work going through you?
Yeah, it started in high school for me. So I was always sensitive to energy, but maybe didn't have the terminology for it. And then also in high school, I felt a strong calling as a healer. So at that point in time,
Wow, that's
yeah.
crazy.
But it like what was available, was nursing. That's what I went. So I'm a nurse also, but that was, what it was. And little did I know that there's this whole wonderful world of energy healing, and I'm going to call it magic because it's like
Mm-hmm.
you can have instantaneous healings, mind, body, spirit, soul, all of it. And so in high school, I was already feeling a draw towards therapeutic career. So some kind of
Mm-hmm.
healing career. And then my parents divorced and my life was like spinning upside down. I'm the oldest of five, so I felt like I was like holding it all together. And I just like one day said, "Oh my gosh, I need help." And I just said it to the universe or God. I just, whoever's listening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this was before we had GPS or cell phones. And so I just got in my car, started driving, and I found myself down a one-way road and there was a crystal shop. And I never even knew it was there or what it was about, nothing. But as I went in, I felt all this peace come over me. And there was a flyer on the door for Reiki. And so that's where it started. I did a little sample session as a client. And then a couple years later, my stepmom, she said, "I'm taking a Reiki class. Do you want to join me?" I was like, okay. I don't really understand. Like, I had no idea what was going to happen, but that's where it started in 2001. So I took Reiki in 2001 and had a young family, started out young, and then went to nursing school because I felt like that would be the prudent thing to do
Mm.
for a stable future to make sure that
Yeah.
I always had like a security in the workforce if I needed. And did some nursing, assignments and yeah, was a nurse for a hot bit. And then I felt a heart calling back to this work to study it even deeper. So at that point, I took more advanced trainings and began offering it to the public. And I had more interest in that work than I could offer as far as my schedule went. So I transitioned out of nursing. So it was a transition. I didn't like quit cold turkey, which I think is important for some of us because we will
Mm-hmm.
feel like a strong call to something. But I always want to encourage everybody, like, make sure you have a plan. Like,
I'm glad that you
start
said
new,
that.
but yeah.
Mhm.
So that's where it started. That is where it started way back in high school with that crystal class or shop.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, I think that's so cool. Like it really just called to you. And in
Hmm.
fact, you still bring crystals into your work all the time, into what you do. I loved following you on Instagram, and you're like uncovering crystals. And I was like, what a cool way to wake up and just like spend your morning. Just really connecting with, and for me, I'm kind of embarrassed to say, but I started my journey way later. So all of these ideas were super new to me, and I even still am learning how to work with crystals. Can you tell us a little bit about the benefits that too? Well, and we'll get into your topic as well.
Yeah, yeah. So like you can see behind me, maybe this cluster. So I am currently living in Arkansas and I go to the crystal mines. It's been about once a month now. And it's so therapeutic. It's out on a mountaintop and you're just digging. I thought crystal mines, like I would always think of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, that I needed to go in a cave.
Yeah.
It's on the surface and you dig through the clay and the sand and you can find these quartz crystals here. Some are loose pieces, some are clusters. So that's where I'm at currently. But when I do my energy work as far as advanced practices with psychic surgery, astral projection, like different types of meditations, I typically use a Vogel cut crystal that has a lot of science behind it.
Oh,
and Marcel
wow.
Vogel. Yeah, he tested like all the frequencies, how much energy the different cuts could move and the amplification of it. So the natural ones are quite a bit lower in frequency, but they're still beautiful to me. They're stabilizing, grounding, they're gorgeous. And then to have a professional grade crystal, which I just put on the wall. Let me see if I think I have one here, maybe. Okay, yes. So here's one. This is one that I have. It's a smoky
Wow.
quartz. Yeah, we have a long
Okay,
story. I
how
know we're not like really
beautiful.
talking about crystals, so I
I
won't get into the
know.
story of this one, but this is therapeutic grade. So I'll go into psychic surgeries with this
Mm.
remotely. Most of my work is remote right now, but I can clairvoyantly see the energy body and it helps me move energy throughout. Um, so there is a whole science behind it, which I love. I mean, I come at everything from an experience and spirituality. And then when the science backs it up, I'm like, see, I knew it, or I told you.
I love that. Yeah,
But
that's
yeah, some
what
people
gets
want
me
the science
going.
first. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Well, when did the psychic surgery kind of come through?
That was like 2012 where I was trained in the psychic surgery stuff. So
Okay.
energy therapy has a lot of different modalities and frequencies, and Reiki was awesome because it opened me up to everything as far as sensing energy and understanding the anatomy. And then I took a more advanced class that was earth-based energy therapy based off of Barbara Ann Brennan's work. Hands of Light, if you've read that book, which is a very advanced kind of encyclopedia type of book. But we learned all about the different ways of connecting and with the different frequencies of the energy body. So you have the different layers of the aura
Hmm.
and how to discern disruptions and heal those things that could be off alignment, or like if there's a rip or a tear or a chakra out of place. So it was really advanced work. And it was so great and wonderful to have that class and the foundations. But when you're in a session, spirit's leading the way. So I learned a
Yeah.
lot in sessions
Yes.
as we're, yeah, in the actual process.
I'm going to ask kind of an interesting question, and it's either going to like take us really out, or you're going to be like, no, it's not how it works. um, with I know that you do channeling, and you especially work with star seeds and their ascension. With a lot of these activations within the star seeds to awaken them for ascension, is that through the chakras,
It's a
or it's a
part of it.
component? Okay, can you talk a
Mhm.
little bit about that?
Yeah, so actually, maybe we have a friend here. I had a wonderful session yesterday where I channeled the Council of Light and they talked about this. So,
Oh,
so there's a lot
exciting.
of, yeah, yeah,
I got new information.
I know, and I feel like these conversations are just so divinely guided. So I'm totally open to go where they are. So thank you.
yeah. Yeah, you're welcome. So what I've clairvoyantly seen in the auric field are points of light that are reception, like receptor points that receive information and energy. And we also then can amp up our frequency and it's like it starts to glow. So I just kind of think of it like a satellite system, or it's light. So we receive light codes, we receive information, and we're also sharing. When we have the energetic upgrades, so much can happen, but specific to starseed energy is I see those points of light recalibrated or cleaned if they've been dirty. If they've been damaged, I'll see them fixed, and they're really like tiny, tiny points of light throughout the aura. So this is in the auric field, and that supports and stabilizes the whole energy body. The chakras are a whole different topic, which I know we're going to get into, but they all work together. And so, also, starseed activations go through the quantum field and they bring us back to having these strong gifts, which are frequencies, embedded information that can come through flashes of like a vision or a memory or the emotion of it. And it can remind us of our strengths or things we're healing from other lives outside of Earth. But there's so many star seeds here right now that are here for Earth and to stabilize it through this transition, which a lot of us are calling the ascension process. And sometimes the term star seeds can throw people for a loop, and it can be off-putting because I feel it's been so commercialized within like
Hmm.
the social media space.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I I've had my own little experience with how I want to express or share my starseed like encounters. And I even wrote a book. I don't have it right here, but my starseed like way that I want to share with people is an inner experience. So many will say, "Oh, I'm a starseed," and they go out looking for answers outside of themselves, or they'll end up on some website that has like icky feelings to it because I feel like some of it's been manipulated to throw
Mm-hmm.
people off course. Um, and I know we're all searching, and so I just encourage people to search within. So my book is called Star-Seeded Ascensions, and that teaches you how to activate the light within to clear your energy body and your chakras so you can make that deeper connection to your own soul truth and origin. And then from there, like once I did that, I would find similarities that, like, if you say, oh, a Palladian is like this or Andromedan is like that, I do see that, like that. I won't discount that. I do see similarities, but I just, for me, it was like a personal journey to it. And so I got all my information through meditation, and then I would see things out on a website that would or would not feel in alignment. So when you're activating your star-seeded energy and your aura and your chakras, meditation is essential. I even found energy therapy helped me. And I had a traumatic childhood, I really did. But I healed through that. So in that class I was telling you about, actually had a chakra completely replaced, which is like,
Wow.
what
What?
is that? Yeah, exactly. Like
I've
I didn't
heard of that.
I didn't even know, like it was all this foreign concept to me. But
Wow.
yeah,
How does that happen?
um
How,
so my instructor did a demonstration, and like, I'd volunteered and was selected. And so because our chakras all mature at different ages, and I know like one of the things we'll be offering at the end is a class that I teach on this. So we go through the stages of maturity and development. And because my upbringing was a little chaotic, I had a chakra that was just like it wasn't healthy. And so he took a vortice, I think two vortices out. So your solar plexus has 10 vortices, your sacral has 6, and your root has 4. And I think it was my sacral. And he took one out that looked like it was damaged and not connected and replaced it. And so that's advanced etheric surgery, or psychic surgery. And I tell you, I didn't know what to expect.
how did
I
it
could
change
feel it.
how did it change you?
Well, in the moment, my body physically responded. Like I was
Sure.
shaking, like kind of like tremor seizures on the table. And then it clicked into place and then stabilized. How it changed me is I felt a sense of peace like I didn't know that I was missing. And I felt more connected to myself. And all of our chakras communicate with each other. So I felt more present and grounded within. Also, it had some of my experiences had, I don't know, the way I learned to function is I wasn't very grounded before that. And
I can see
I'm
that.
able to do that now quite a
Oh,
bit more.
uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Um,
you're like way out there. I know a lot of people like that, and you
mm,
actually are very grounded and well balanced.
thank you.
And
It
your
does seem that
energy.
way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
But
work
can you
hard
do
to,
that for people if you like really? Oh, that's cool.
yeah. So sometimes, like, our greatest gifts come from trauma. And so I would leave the body a lot as a child. And I know specifically one day where I did. And if you don't feel safe and secure in your environment, then you can leave. And then that pathway is created. So then that became what was comfortable to me. My natural space was to be in the higher frequencies or out of the body. And I didn't even know, like, I had no idea that I wasn't grounded. But we're working with earth energy in this class. And my instructor was like, girl, you're not grounded. I was like, well, I don't even, like, I literally don't know how, then show me. But
Yeah.
when your anatomy is not functioning, it's hard. Like, we can have an intention and we can practice and try so much. But for example, every chakra governs a clear gift. So if you want a specific clear gift and it's just not happening, look at your chakra system, because if that chakra is missing or damaged or popped out of alignment, I mean, it's like trying to run on a broken leg. I can wish for
Yeah.
that, but it's not going to happen.
Mhm.
So that's my experience. And after having that, I remember driving home. I was like, oh my gosh, I literally feel like I just had physical surgery. I was kind of out of it and could feel my body being put back together. But yeah, so I don't even know how we got on.
I love that.
No,
No,
I've never
I
heard
do.
that, but yeah.
I do, divinely guided always. And that's the beauty of being able to have such a safe space that we create in this community. So thank you. My question then becomes, can you see that? So you do this remotely, and Jeneth asked, is that something that you can do for others? I actually kind of just want to take callers, but if you're open to that.
Well, how far does this go? I mean, is it, so for example, I have this is an example, we can or cannot work on it. I have an injury in my right hip. Is that something that people could ask you about and you could go in and do psychic surgery on it?
If that's what the issue stems from.
Uh-huh.
I don't think we have time today for psychic surgery. It goes like 30
Okay.
to an hour each session, but I could do
Okay.
readings. Like I could tell you what's going on.
That
Yeah.
would be great.
Cool.
Do you
Tell
wanna
me
go
what's
ahead?
going on.
Well, everyone has followed her
And
journey
while
anyway.
she is, go ahead and raise your hand if you'd like a reading as well.
And what do you need from them to be able to answer their questions pretty, move
For a good
through?
reading.
Just
Yeah.
their name. Yeah. Don't
Okay.
don't give me your birthday and astrology. I don't do astrology. Like
I love
it's just extra information. So
Sure.
yeah, so just your name. But okay, so let's tune in. Okay, so well, when you were asking about it, I saw the energy winding up, like it literally goes to the back of your head. So there's a pathway, that okay, I'm hearing it's like a neurological pathway as well. So there's
That's
some
what is going on. I
misfiring.
have nerve
Okay.
pain from it.
Okay, so it's misfiring. So it's a neurological pathway because I was looking at it. I'm like, is this meridian kind of energy? No, it's in the physical body, um, and it looks decrepit, almost like that pathway is black from lack of light flowing through. So, gosh, what I feel like if I can manually manipulate, I'm like, let me go see a massage therapist or probably a massage therapist to work with the tissue and help loosen it so it can go back into place, and then running some energy through it gently and manually massaging. It feels a little compressed in places. So that pathway that I see looks a little twisted as it goes up. So I feel like I'd want to like stretch out and get the physical body back in alignment, and then maybe have gentle Reiki running through it. I'm also hearing sound therapy in your auric field will help you, because I've noticed like we can talk about the nervous system and like the emotional and the physiological aspects of it, but the soul and the spiritual body I've uncovered has a nervous system too.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, and that's just like my words I put on it, how I see it. I'm like, oh, I see
Sure.
that in the auric field. So this, I'm seeing sound therapy in a sense of like the crystal bowls or something in this way with the
drawn to that.
therapist. Yeah, but very, because it can get intense, very gentle is what I'm seeing in the auric field. Potentially your third, fifth, and sixth level would be great. So, like a little bit further off the body would help. Don't sit right up close to the bowls as well, as far as like physical space. So,
Very cool.
yeah.
Well, it's funny that you saw that my spine was a little twisted. I do have scoliosis.
Oh,
And that is
okay.
part of the reason that it's so intense for me, is what I've been told. So thank
Yeah.
you. You were spot on. That's beautiful.
Oh, you're welcome.
All right. We're going to start with Jane. Jane, you're up.
Oh, wonderful. Let me see if I can get, I was going to see if I could get myself on camera, but it doesn't look, oh, wait, here. Yes, wonderful.
Hey.
Oh, you're at at outer space. Wow.
Yes, I'm in the quantum. Absolutely. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Wow, this is such a gift. Terrific, Amy. Great. I have a couple of things. For many years, have been a meditator. I've been doing the work of Dr. Joe Dispenza for probably the last 4 years. Last couple of years, doing something called Blessing of the Energy Center. So working on my chakras. And I've been diagnosed with something called SIBO. It's a version of SIBO, all this bacteria in my gut, and I also have back pain for like 4+ years. So I'm just curious what's going on in there.
Okay. Well, I feel like you shared quite a bit like what you already know. So let me look at the energy and see, I kind of feel it is a lot of physical, the bacteria, but I'm also seeing emotions stored in there. And it looks like brewer's yeast is the vision I'm seeing, like when yeast kind of bubbles, that it's emotions bubbling. This is tied to your sacral chakra and a mother wound. So I'm seeing mother wound. And I also feel like this was, there's some mother and father dynamics here. Like the father was in your awareness should be and did feel stable. And also, I feel like I'm going into past life. So if you're like, that doesn't make sense in this life, there's some past life energy here. The father felt somewhat stable, but the mother is who you really depended on, and then felt like you weren't receiving what all you needed. But also, there's some sorrow there. I am feeling and seeing that in multiple lives, mother figure departed the earth. Like she died many times before you were ready for her to leave. So this is all sacral chakra region, and solar plexus is next to that. Both govern the digestion and the heart. There's a heart. Oh, I can feel it go up the back. So up the back on the left side of your spine towards the heart is an energy reserve of heavy emotion that is pushing on the back of your heart chakra. So the chakras are, they have a front and a back basically. And so it makes it a tad bit challenging to release energy and emotion because we usually pull it in the front, process, release out the back. But the back of your heart chakra has some energy built up around that's pushing it closed. So I would do some meditations working, start at the lowest, like start at the root, get that where it feels healthy and clear so you can also release down the body, then come to the sacral and work with your sacral chakra to clear and release. It's going to kind of just open ways to drain it because it has built up along the back and it all stems really at the sacral chakra. So a lot of times we start working the root chakra on up and other times we don't. But in your case, I think it would be the most beneficial. Also working with water. So if that's listening to water, putting your feet in water, taking a bath or a shower, releasing with water. And water is emotion. But if you bring the physical property of water and just visualize it like draining out of you, out your feet into the earth, you're going to feel so much with this. And it might be confusing because there's a lot of past lives. So the facts and figures might not make sense, but the emotion will speak to you and clear out. And actually, it looks like you'll be able to take a deeper breath because there's so much built up in there with that. And there's some really pretty music on Spotify, or you could go YouTube, wherever, that has water with it or in the background. You could email me. I have a little playlist of water kind of music for release, but that would be the element that I'm hearing would be wonderful for you.
Wow. I am just speechless. Like from the get-go, I mean, you are so right on. My mother was mentally ill, died when I was 12, never available. My father was three-piece suit, off to work 5 days a week. Very stable, sane, secure. We grew up on the lake. I love the water. I take cold showers every day. So yeah, oh my gosh, I'm going to come back and listen to the replay over and over and over. Wow, thank you, thank you, thank you. You are in your genius zone.
Yeah.
I so appreciate it.
I
Wow.
agree. I agree.
Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, Jane.
Oh my gosh.
Right?
Okay, Cheryl, you're up.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. Hi.
Okay. Hi. Oh, thank you for being here. Thank you for choosing me. And I could use a lot of help in multiple areas. So just, whatever you can do to, a reading, little mini healings, whatever it is that I need to know. I just
Mhm.
feel like I've been trying to do so much healing work for so many years, and I really just feel like I need, for my own sanity and my own belief, to not see a breakthrough. But recently, I have been trying to really connect with myself and go inwards. And I did not listen to myself. And I had something come through that was very negative, which caused me to not trust myself. So I would like to be able to hear myself again. And I'm wondering if that incident has just really like blocked me again in some way, because it
Mhm.
seems kind of hard to feel myself, to know. And it took a long time for me to trust myself. So when that happened, it was just like, oh, well,
Yeah.
where am I?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
she still with me?
Um,
Kind of thing.
yeah, you're there, but it's blocking your connection to like your spiritual team or higher self. And I saw it straight away. So we're just gonna go there because it's here and I want to help you. So
Thank
Archangel
you.
Metatron, you're welcome, and Michael are here. You have an entity around in your aura, and it's covering the front of your, like from your face down, just below the heart, maybe a little to the solar plexus. And I mean, you confirmed it. So when when you were saying, did it block you? Yeah, and there's still energy there. So did you have a cleansing? Have you like, well, I guess just yes or no. Has somebody already tried to release this entity?
Yes.
Okay.
I've asked for it, and then I did a healing around this specific issue, and it was what I was told is it was coming from a brother energy. I have a brother,
Mm,
and then I have a stepbrother, so I wasn't sure, but I didn't care. I just asked for whatever it was to leave
okay.
because it was very powerful.
Yeah, this is something different.
Okay.
Just yeah. Okay, so thank you because I was like, why would it still be here? Okay, so just go ahead and relax. And everybody else just fill with love, fill with light, and just hold on for a hot minute here. So I'm gonna do our best to release this. One moment. And so I'm working with Archangel Michael, Metatron, Ariel, Zachiel. Michael's coming in again, but he's like Michael. And all uninvited thoughts and influences in your aura. We're asking to release and return back to their source of origin with peace and healing. And I'm seeing the energy separating from you. It had merged with your energy field and tied around your throat chakra and was anchoring
Yes.
into your heart. So wonderful.
Yes.
Okay. So it caused a lot of confusion at the brow too, because we have more vortices at the brow, like the higher up you go. So 96 at the brow, and it was integrating or manipulating about 48. So that would make it harder for you to see clearly in your own reality, let alone spiritual clairvisions or, that kind of a thing. Hold on one moment, getting the rest of it. Okay. It'll be cleared fully within like 20 minutes, but then give yourself 3 to 7 days of integration. Be really kind to yourself. Don't do a lot of spiritual things where you're opening your energy. Nothing's wrong with you. Your guides are saying absolutely nothing is wrong with you. Don't get upset about yourself. Like this is a experience of life. There was something here that now you know it won't happen again. But that you did know, they're saying you did know when something was off and it crept in and it like snuck in. And the
Right.
longer it stayed around, the stronger it became. But it's going now. It's gone for the most
Yeah,
part.
it was so powerful that it caused me to not listen to myself, not trust myself. And it just, and seems like it happens a lot when I get tired.
Yeah.
And right. And then so it's like almost like this weakness. And then it's like, but it was so strong and so overpowering. And I just have been trying so much, so many practices, so many things to try to get myself in like, a really good direction. And
Mhm.
I've just been like, money, relationships, love. I mean, you name it. And it's just like, I just can't seem to make the breakthroughs that I want to be able to,
Yeah.
achieve. And I know that they're here and I know that they're available, but I just haven't been able to fully connect with it. And then so it's just like a lot of just work on myself. And then when that happened, I felt like I just let myself down. Like, and I
Mm.
was just devastated.
Okay. Well, don't get upset with yourself. What you really need is love and compassion. Like we would give that to anybody. So let's for yourself as well. And rather than like in the next couple of weeks, rather than looking for goals, like just be present. Let yourself heal. Don't search, don't get and don't open up so much to like a lot of meditations or spiritual anything because you want your body to regulate. And if you keep opening up and you're not strong, then the weakness can actually like that could be detrimental as you just described
Oh, okay.
because yeah, so
So
you want
don't. Okay.
you need to recharge your energy field and your physical body, and you need to rest before
Right.
you start dabbling in anything spiritual. Like you could say an intention, you can ask a prayer, but nothing intense, no
Right.
meditations for like 2 or 3
Okay.
weeks. Yeah. Let
Okay.
yourself charge up. Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you. I appreciate your help greatly.
You're welcome. And any thoughts or emotions that come up, just let them go. There's
Okay.
stuff underneath that, you weren't able to process because this was taking all of your energy and time.
Right, because I find a lot of it comes in mentally as well, and then it'll
Yeah.
just like it wants to grab a hold, and I'm just like, no, I'm trying to like get rid of this. So for
Yeah.
that part of it too.
And you can play some high frequency music that is, if it's religious, it could be or mantras or healing, like whatever, just to keep the peace in the home, and anything that doesn't find that appealing will stay away. So,
Okay,
yeah.
nice. Oh, that's wonderful. I appreciate that greatly. Thank you.
You're
Thank you.
welcome. Best wishes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Just as a reminder, Amy doesn't need the whole backstory just so that we can get
Yeah,
through a
just
few
tell me
more.
your name.
Yeah, just say your name and she can read you.
Oh my gosh, she's so cool.
All right, Valentina, you're up.
Just make sure that we're connected. If they're
Are
still
you there?
Yes.
Hi.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. My
Okay.
name is Valentina, and you take it from there.
Awesome. Okay, let me read your aura here. One moment. You have a lot of structure around you that helps you stay stable, grounded, and secure. And you're opening up more to like the emotional space. This life is made for that. Like you're made for this life to balance out a little bit more. You've had to be a strong soldier in the past and very stoic. So in this moment, I see your heart chakra wanting to open to love, wanting to open to feeling accepted and safe and peaceful. And this isn't especially like within a relationship. This is love of belonging here on earth. And as you do so, I see that the pathways of grounding with Mother Earth are opening or blossoming. They just like look, they look like little roots starting to form. And because your life I'm seeing has had a lot of movement, there's a lot I see in your aura that looks active, kind of like chaos, but you understand it. It's a lot of movement of outside information from, like, I'm having a moment here. Is this the collective or people but it's not about you. So you're very aware of what's going on in the energetic space. And from a soul level, you're an advanced soul, meaning you do come from like the angelic realm, I'm seeing. And so your mission was to come here and see what's going on and tidy it up. But at the same time, your goal from a soul level perspective is to experience more of the gentleness of the human life in reality, because you haven't had so much of that. And even as an angelic being, you are there to create, like one of your strengths is to create, well, to find places that are chaotic, and I can't even find the word. Like it's kind of peaceful, but just order. You're here to create order and to expose darkness. So as you find, you might call things out and it can upset people or ruffle feathers, but that's what you are here to help with. So then we're coming back to, well, how can you help? Like, what can we do for you to be honored? And your experience is to work more with the emotional body. And I'm seeing a rose working more with feminine energy and some of the childhood. I'm seeing moments from childhood that will be coming up for healing as well. So share with me any thoughts, or if you want to, you have questions about any of the specifics that's come through.
Well, bang on about the dark energy and calling on it and being ostracized and hurt from it in all kinds of manner of speech and general meanness, I guess. Um, and I still try to, you know, to do it, but yes, it is hard. The angelic realm that apparently I'm from, I, that's a surprise to me. I can say that without hesitation.
Okay.
Um, I do see shiny, I call it shiny beings all the time from childhood. I've been talking to them since I was like a year old. Less, I just remember always looking up and speaking to things that weren't there. They were
Mhm.
my invisible friends, and I was teased about it, family and otherwise. Now they're not. Now some family are not doing that because they too are in that, I don't know, realm of trying to understand and go their own journeys. But I'm childhood, lots of trauma there. Um, and you're saying that it's coming up for healing. I'm not sure what that means anymore.
Okay.
Can
So,
you give me a little bit better understanding of that?
yeah, yeah. It's I see it in your energy field and in the reading um as something that like nourishment for yourself to heal those wounds. I started young, like I'm seeing 2 years old. And the beings, the shiny beings are angelic spirit guides. And also I just have to give you the info before I forget. The angels working with you would be Jeremiel, Raguel, Raphael, Michael, and Metatron. And so you could look them up and see their qualities and characteristics. But the the experiences that you are here, because I kind of feel like, well, if I'm coming to earth to assist, like I want to also take care of me. Like I need something at a soul level that will benefit my evolution and growth. And so yours is working more with that feminine divine energy, but because of some of the rockiness and how harsh it has been, your system, like your nervous system and your heart chakra might not know how to receive it. So when you're working through the emotions of opening up to the loving space, know that it could be off-putting to your body, or that you might not understand it because of some of the childhood trauma where like that pathway or that process was never developed fully. So that it's kind of, I'm hearing like tertiary. So it stems from that, but you're working through it now. And it's also a part of the soul experience was for you to come in and conceptually understand through your experience what it feels like to feel feminine love and to be more in the feminine space. And this is something that you're touching your toe in this life, and you're going to have other lifetimes where this theme continues. So, but that's just what might come up for you. And then you can just kind of sit with it and feel, oh, there's an aspect of feminine energy and inviting that in that will be supportive, even if it feels foreign to you. So,
It does.
yeah, yeah, it's hard. I can relate. I feel you. So, yeah, but these angels are here to help you. So you can work with them. And maybe if you found like, a daily practice or a coach or a mentor, somebody to help walk you through how to work more with feminine energy, then it might feel more attainable to you and not so foreign.
Yes, I do have. I've always felt more masculine, even past lives that I'm aware of have all been males. I think this
Mhm.
is one of the few female lives that I've ever had, to be honest.
Yeah, I feel that as well.
Okay.
Yes.
So that
Yeah.
is correct
Yeah.
then. I am right to
Hmm.
think that way because it
Yep.
is true.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Thank
All right.
you.
Thank you, Amy. I
You're
appreciate
welcome.
it.
You're welcome.
So, Amy, just for time reasons, we're going to go to your program, and then
Okay.
we're going to take a couple more callers if we've got the time. So, and as you tell us about the package, I know you see chakras and work with them a little different than most people. So, kind of go into depth a little bit to so that people really get the depth of this work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to bring
So
up your page just a second, the actual page that you made, and then we'll show everyone how to actually check out here because I think your page shows it a lot better than how our page shows it.
Oh, okay.
In just a
Okay.
second, you're going to see something very familiar, I think.
So as you're pulling it up, I
Okay, there
can,
we go.
oh, there we go. Okay. So this is my school, spiritschoolonline.com. And we're offering a special today for everyone who wants to join this program. It's a 6-month program, self-paced. And if you want to, in addition, add on sessions with me, it's available to do that. This will walk you through the 7 major chakras, which go from the root to crown. And then I've included 2 transpersonal chakras, or actually 3. I think it was 3. So transpersonal chakras would be the earth star, the soul star, and maybe the etheric heart. And so this is designed that you would work with 1 chakra a week, starting at the root, and it will give you information, book information. So the color, the essential oil, the mantra, what it governs, signs or characteristics of a healthy or an unhealthy chakra. And then we go through exercises and meditations and a lot of case studies for every chakra. So,
wow.
Wow.
yeah. So look, you can see there's over 22 hours of video content, and there's
Oh,
a lot here, but don't feel overwhelmed because you have 6 months. And
yeah.
I, when
Amazing.
when I started setting chakras, I almost couldn't breathe because I felt super overwhelmed. And it's funny because the things in my life that I have the most response or resistance to, I know are going to actually be what I'm going to dive into. So I was like, there's something here. So I was guided to create this program that breaks it down like basic terminology. Like I could have people tell me things, but then I want to see the practicality of it. So what does that actually mean? And that's
Hmm.
what we flow with that with a lot of the case studies. And then also as a bonus at this period of time, I was also channeling the Council of Light. Like it was kind of at the beginning when I started channeling them. So I was channeling them all the time. And I was asking them questions about each chakra, and they have their own way of describing, which was
Wow.
super cool. Yeah. So there's a channeled message on each chakra about from the Council of Light.
Oh,
And
cool. Yeah.
yeah, so if channeling is not your thing, just skip past it. But if you're intrigued to hear from another outside viewpoint, I actually like really learned from them. I was like, oh, I didn't know
Hmm.
that. Um,
Hmm.
yeah, so this is a option. Like this whole package and program is super cool because you don't have to offer this. You don't have to be a professional doing healings. This is designed to help you understand yourself first and foremost. And then I feel like when we understand our own healing and experiences, we can understand if we are working with others what they might be experiencing, and different approaches and ways to assist. So if you are a professional energy therapist or reader, this will benefit you. And also, if you want to just really look at your own transpersonal connection to the world and yourself, this is the way to really dive deeper into it and have the tools and the experience that can shift the energy and heal the energy for you.
Wow, that's
Wow,
wonderful.
holy
And then
cow.
for those who are interested in, taking the work further, I think that I saw that there was a certification that they would get as well
Yeah.
on
And
completion if they wanted to.
and I think you're on the public page because
Okay.
yeah, so this is the public page. So once they go through your page, there's a
Yes.
deep discount.
Yes, there
Um,
is.
It's
We
yeah.
just wanted to show
it's over half off, but I wanted to show
Mhm.
like the
because
in-depth of,
yeah.
yes. Of,
Yeah.
yes. And it would be too hard for us to be able to just do it so beautifully as you had laid out here.
Yeah.
But we will,
Switch to our page. This just didn't really do it justice, and we thought, why copy everything over?
Right. I think,
So-
yeah, if they purchase through your page, it'll take them to almost the exact same page that you just shared, but it'll just take them right on
so
in.
this the offer on the left here, option A, is actually the offer
with the deep discount
with
for just the course.
for just the course. You saw that it was $444. For you guys that are on the summit, it's only $197. And if you want to get 2 sessions with Amy as well, that would be an extra $111, making the whole thing $308.
So it's an add-on. The 111, that would be half off if you would have paid for those individually. So again, it's just a really, really great contribution that this is, because even that they're 308, that's still a deep discount from the 444. So thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's
Wow.
such a beautiful,
This is like a full work week.
Yeah, take your time. And some people will say, okay, I'm on this chakra and I need more than a week. So it's not to be rushed if you need more than a week.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely. And if you need a to pay link, I can provide that for you too. So just email me at team@howtussle.com and we can get you that extended payment plan. We just want to make it super easy for you to choose this. I know that in the Law of One, Amy, for those who might be familiar, that was also channeled work. And one of the things that kept coming up as a kind of reoccurring theme was healing the rainbow light body or chakras. And I feel like when I heard that, I didn't really know, how to even approach that. But I did feel intuitively that I may need to have that done, or it wouldn't have been keep coming up as such an integral part of our human journey. So I love that you put this together, because it feels like I could digest this information and then scientifically also understand what is happening with me. Would you say that kind of fits that as well?
Yeah, exactly. And some people want the science first. My approach to things was like, let me have the experience, and just
Yes.
personally, because then I feel like I'm not making it up. Like if I don't have any information and then I have this experience, then I find the information that supports it. That's
Sure.
just how I work. But you could go either way. And so, yeah, to answer your question, yes, the experience with the information helps all parts of our being to process what we're going through, and it helps speed up the healing process that we have.
Very cool. Very
So,
cool.
and what I know also about chakras, really, if they're not balanced, then you don't never feel really balanced.
Yeah.
Isn't that kind of right? Like it's kind of like things just aren't easy. That's like this ease, joy, and glory that people talk about. When your chakras are out of alignment, you just don't get much of that, because it's like there's always something that's pulling at you when things are not flowing correctly.
Yeah, it can be. I mean, you definitely feel amazing when your chakras are aligned and charged and clear. Um,
I'm like,
but it also heightens your intuition. So then you know when something is off, and the goal
Mhm.
is to acknowledge it and not let it build up and stuff it under, like ignore it
mhm.
because it'll linger. So there's an added benefit in that your intuition, when you work with your chakras, all your clear senses are gonna
You said that.
heighten. Yeah.
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 And
So,
conversely, when sometimes they are blocked, then your clairsens, your clairs can be turned off and though because they
yeah.
are all attached to that. I learned that from you today.
Yes. Yes. And
I
chakras have partners. Like you're going to learn so much in this class. Chakras have partners that they work with. There's a lens to you're going to learn the anatomy of the chakras. There's so much, but if you're like overwhelmed, don't be, because just take what works for you, what you're interested in.
I think it'd be fun to have an encore call with her,
Oh my gosh,
not
yes.
just for readings, but just really, I mean, there's depth here that's like, holy
Oh, I
smokes.
know.
Yeah, I mean, this is, I used to do this chakra work like way back in like 2008, 2008, 2008, where it was like Judith Olaf. I think it seems like her last name started with an O. And I mean, she would be like having you spin them, and there's
Mm.
these wild meditations. And then chakra kind of seemed like kind of an older thing, and then we went into this, more channeling and things like that. And now I realize maybe I need to revisit that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's different approaches to it. And that's why
Yeah.
some of the work I couldn't I couldn't process it. I needed to have it to like I needed it just explained in a different way. And I'm very
Mm-hmm.
visual. So I was like, well,
Yeah.
just show me what it looks like.
Yeah.
So
Well,
yeah.
thank you for sharing that with the world. My goodness. And for sharing it with us. It's such a, deeply discounted gift to our audience. And we're very, very grateful.
Yeah. Do you have if you guys have any questions on the chat that you just want to ask questions, go ahead and put that in.
And then also, did you want to take
So
one
we
more?
have one of our lounge members that has their hand raised. Is it okay if we take one more reading?
I'm good.
Because
Yeah.
we give them priority.
Oh, I love
So,
your
Of
energy so
course.
much.
but we do need to wrap up on top of the hour, so it's got to be a
Okay.
quickie.
I'll be quick. All right.
Okay. All right, Anita, you're up.
Hi, Amy. Thanks for being here. So I'm Anita.
Hi,
And
Anita.
the floor is yours.
All right. Oh gosh, there's so many topics. Did you want to talk about career, health, love, life path? Just give me a topic.
Yes. Whatever's strongest, whatever's coming up
Okay.
strongest, because I know I have all the balls bouncing.
Yeah, you do, girl, which is good. Movement and change. Archangel Zadkiel is working with you, Jeremiel, Raguel, and Sandalphon. So, and Jeremiel helps with transition. So those are the ones you'd want to look into how they can help you, research after. Okay, so you're flying high. Like you're a rocket ship. You're just going so fast. They're talking about getting your footing. I feel like you might feel like you're stuck in mud. So a part of you is resisted. There's some heaviness at your feet, but your upper chakras are already tapped into the future and want to go. So Archangel Michael is saying, let's work with the heart space as a governing functional point in the body to balance you and help you move forward. So listen to the messages every day at the heart space. Your head might say, oh, this doesn't make sense. Or your feet might say, no, I can't, but you can. So they're going to open up the next 4 months, 4 to 5 months to you for daily messages and intuitive insights, we'll call them, because sometimes you'll be called to take an action and sometimes you won't. It's just like information or a comforting vibration or a heads up, but they want you to work with the heart space. So if you've ever heard of emotional freedom technique or tapping, do a lot of tapping to open up the high heart chakra and your heart and get this space opened so you can start living with your clairsentient abilities and honor those as well. So if you get a message and you're like, I don't know why I'm getting this, or even if I am, but I think I am, just kind of flow with it. It's about trusting the process. And this is going to help you, all parts of you, to get in the same flow and pace, because there's resistance. And then there's another part of you that like, boom, just wants to go and take off right now. So Michael's saying divine timing. Remember that. You're not going to miss what's meant for you at all. So integrate the experience by being present, and then you'll be prepared when the next door opens. So how does that sound?
That's right in line. And trusting myself has been my uneasy spot lately, is just trusting what I'm getting and that kind of thing. So
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think they're going to give you little things to start off with. Like I love it's just like little breadcrumbs, and then, oh, that was right. You know, maybe you get a feeling to say something to a friend and they confirm, yes, you're right. So you're learning to trust that, trust your intuition. And then the bigger things will be easier because you have had footing and you've had a process that you can trust.
yeah, great, beautiful. Thank you.
You're welcome. How'd we do on time, ladies?
Very
We're good. Oh
good.
my gosh, Amy, yes.
Any parting words?
Just thank you so much for having me here. It was really nice to come in and connect. I could feel the energy about an hour before, like of my team, you know, and I think it was everybody's energy too. It just feels so loving and supported. And I feel a lot of joy. So if you're in a heavy place, you know, it can be healed. Like I've been in heavy places, and it's so nice to get out onto the other side, but from it I've learned so much. And also they're wanting to remind y'all that this work that you're doing is healing yourself, but it's also healing generational patterns, and then the DNA and stuff, past and present, and then your soul energy. So that's why I do like to work with the energetic body and the quantum field, because you're moving through time and space. And if it feels heavy or you're tired, because we are doing a lot. And when like we are. So just honor that. And I just want to thank everybody for
Oh my
showing up
gosh.
today.
Amy, you're such a joy to be
Oh my
with.
gosh, you're so spot on with it all. I mean, it's just, I wish I would have met you like a few years ago. I'm so excited about your
Divine
work.
timing.
Everything's
I know,
divine
divine
timing. I love
timing.
it so much.
Well, I'm sure Lianka will agree. We would love to have you back for a longer, deeper conversation, and so with the audience. So maybe you guys can plan that.
Yeah.
This was absolutely fabulous.
Well, thank you. And you all can find me on Instagram. I'm on there the most. Like that's my platform. I have a podcast, but I haven't done an episode in a few months. So if anybody wants to connect. Yeah, so I'd love to come back and talk.
Yay.
Great.
Yeah.
Maybe we can contribute to your podcast with it.
Hey.
Thank you,
Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys. Bye,
All right.
everyone.
Bye, Amy.
All right, you guys, thank you guys for being present, being live. Just a reminder, we'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place. And we will tell you who the guests are tomorrow.
That's right.
We got to run and meet the loungies. So you guys have a beautiful day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye, everyone.
Bye.